Good morning, Juliann. Thanks for joining me this morning.
Good morning, Tom. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I really appreciate you giving me some of your time and our listeners and other business owners. Why don't you introduce yourself, tell people who you are and who you work with?
Sure, absolutely. So, my name is Juliann Chacko. I am a physical therapist and the assistant director at PTSMC, or Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine Centers, in our Orange location. We are the largest private practice in the state of Connecticut. We have 28 offices all across the state. Like I said, I work out of our Orange office. We're at 240 Indian River Road in the Springbrook Commons Plaza. Most people know that as the one with Quest or the one with the deli in the corner. So that's where we're located. Personally, I've been a PT for over 10 years, and I'm a board certified orthopedic clinical specialist, and I also have advanced certification in manual physical therapy.
Awesome. And for those listeners, I am a very good testimonial for Juliann. She's helped me on a couple occasions now. So
Happy to do it.
she's great. So, I mean, how has the pandemic or COVID, we're after a year now, how has that affected your business and your patients?
I think it's really proven the value of physical therapy. The pandemic has shown that PT is needed now more than ever. A lot of us obviously are working from home right now. So that has put some ergonomic demands and stresses onto the body. We're more sedentary as this work from home lifestyle has been more present in our lives. So, we're not walking from our car to our desk, to our conference room, this, that, and the other thing. And so, we could adapt for short periods. This is going on a year now, so the body's showing signs of breakdown in response to these lifestyle changes. The pandemic has obvious impacts on our emotional well-being or our financial well-being, but in my world, what I see is the impact it's had on our physical well-being. So like I said, I think now more than ever, the value of physical therapy in improving the quality of people's lives is huge, really important.
Yeah, I mean, somebody asked me this, and I think it's a great question, is how does it impact the employees? So definitely you can see that, us living home and working at home. How about your staff, and how have you managed them? I mean, yeah, they're out helping others. How about them? How has that changed for them?
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm really proud of our team at PTSMC. Our vision, our mission is to improve the quality of people's lives through unmatched experiences, clinical excellence, and lifelong relationships. And I'm really proud to say that, that's always been what set us apart from our competitors. And that's something that we've stuck to throughout this difficult time. And that's what continues to kind of drive us, in all of our interactions. We always say that, no one comes to our door because they have nothing better to do today, right? Everyone's in pain or not functioning to their full ability and, are limited in some capacity. And so providing that compassionate care and that individualized treatment, like I said, is kind of universal pre-COVID and throughout. That's just what we've stuck to. And that's what's kind of helped us stay focused.
Mm-hmm. I mean, have you had any different ways to contact your clients? Or has that been any different on how they come in, or how is that, any changes in that side of it?
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a heck of a year. So, last year, as soon as this, about a year ago now, we, shifted immediately into implementing all the CDC guidelines for social distancing, mask wearing, and sanitization. We rearranged our gym in order to accommodate at least 6 feet of space in between treatment tables. We utilized our private rooms. We were wearing a mask before it was mandated. We will continue to do so for the foreseeable future. We always have been, top notch in terms of sanitizing, but we are kicking it up even more. Any piece of, any item in the clinic that's touched by one patient is sanitized before it comes to the next patient. So that started early on. Back in March, April last year, we saw an expected dip in volume.
Mm-hmm.
We pivoted to telehealth. So that allowed us to continue to stay connected to our patients, to continue to provide them with accountability, and to continue to provide education and care to our patients during that time. Thankfully, May, June, as things started opening back up and people felt more comfortable coming out into the community, we saw, a slow but steady increase in our patient volume. And we're in a much better place, now than we were a year ago in terms of volume.
Right. Okay. Yeah. No, that makes sense. Yeah, and you mentioned pivot, which is great, and that's the telehealth is a great example of that. Is there anything else that you've tried that didn't work or tried that does work? I mean, I know a lot of my clients, we try to test something, work for a little bit, then it pulled it back. And Has there been any, business strategies that you've tried or made other changes to?
Yeah, I think the telehealth really is that thing that we've tried and we've had, mixed success with. Early on, it was our primary, almost like only option for a period of time, right? So it was a great tool and a great platform, like I said, to be able to stay connected. It has its drawbacks, in our physical therapy world. A lot of the value that we provide is hands-on, treatments like that. So obviously being distanced, we couldn't do that. So, for some people it's the best option now, but we've kind of moved away from it as we've been allowed to, get back in.
Okay, good. I mean, I know you've given me so much advice over this, but as business owners out there, to get through the day, you and I have talked about this, the stress, the physical, what tips do you have for business owners or business people and how to, be more productive and kind of use this time to do something different? Any suggestions to them to be more energy through the day? Because I know I find myself looking at the screen and I'm like, oh, by the end of the day, you taught me about raising the computer eye level, and that's been a big difference. So any advice for business owners on how to get through the day?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, again, a lot of what we do now is I'll have patients bring in a picture of themselves at their workstation and we'll evaluate it, piece by piece. What people's workstations don't have to have like special tools and things. Right now I'm talking to you, my computer's elevated on a box and I have, other boxes and things, but it's all about, the right height and adjusting things. But it's also about taking a break. The problem with working from home is that we're accessible 24/7. It's hard to stop and to, we don't realize how much we used to walk to our coworker's cube or go down to the conference room or just get away from the screen. So we have to kind of artificially build that time back into our day so that we can kind of stay fresh. So it's about creating structure where there kind of isn't structure as it historically has been. So just learning, and each person is different of what works best for them. Some people need a midday walk, get out, fresh air, just go get the mail, whatever it is, just like stretch your legs and try to, just mix it up a little bit so we don't get stale.
Wow, that's a great point. The last month I've been working with all my clients on their default calendar, when to do their marketing and all that. And now I think this week you've given me something to coach them on is they got to put that, because if you don't put it in your calendar, you're not going to do it. You're going to find an excuse, but you're right. So that's a great point. I think I'll add that to every client this week. So, that's great. So, I mean, if someone wanted to get a hold of you or PTSMC, how would they get a hold of you?
Yeah, phone or email is the best. Our telephone number 203-298-9828. Our office specifically, we're open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and then always available through email. So my email address is my first name, Juliann.Chacko, CHACKO @PTSMC.com.
All right, awesome. So, all right, I have just one last question, which I ask everybody. And it's not how much can you bench press. That was years ago. We've given up on that.
I don't want to embarrass you.
Yeah, that's why I stopped asking. Anyhow, what inspires you today? What's the most inspiring thing to you today?
I think the resilience of the human spirit. We have been challenged beyond any expectation in the last 12 months. And it is inspiring to see what that's brought out of people, whether it's in my professional world, my personal world, or just the community in general. I've always been very sensitive to working with people and wanting to help people, and just we've been challenged. A lot has been thrown at us over the last year, but as a human race, we're continuing to grow and change and fight off everything that's being thrown at us. So yeah, I think just the resiliency is
that's really awesome. Yeah, well, hopefully Penn State football finds that same resiliency, huh? Hey, Juliann, thank you so much for your time today. That was great. That's great advice. Hopefully people are listening to that, because Juliann has helped me, and I'm telling you, the energy level is critical. So thanks so much for your time today, Juliann.
Thank you, Tom. Thanks.